What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, man. Welcome back to a new video. And today, we are about to do some work in the engine bay this time. So this is something I've been a little curious about, and I want to try it out, and I want to see if it's going to give me any trouble or if it's going to actually do what it needs to do. We're going to be replacing this thing. So we're going to try and make a little room in this area, but I want to try out one of those little small batteries. So what we have in store is this stuff right here. We got ourselves an Odyssey AGM battery. So we're gonna try this thing out along with this Grimmspeed lightweight battery mount. So we're gonna put this thing in, take out the old battery, and we're gonna see how that thing runs. There's two different types on this particular battery. I got this one because it can be used in a light truck. So I figure if it's good enough to work in a little small pickup truck, it should be able to handle whatever I could throw at it with the all right, so Ghost. This thing comes with all the hardware you need to put this to install this inside of the car. So I'll show you exactly where all of this stuff is going to go as far as for how it's get placed in there. But for right now, let's go ahead and start taking some of this stuff out of here. And let's start putting it in the car. So the first thing we're gonna need to do here is we're gonna need these two little tabs right here. And we're gonna need these two countersunk screws. And we're gonna need Allen wrench. So what size Allen wrench is? A 4mm Allen wrench to pretty much use all of this stuff in here. So we're not gonna quite use these just yet. We're going to need, okay, so we're also gonna need these two locking nuts. It's got the little nylon material. So the first thing we need to do is we're gonna put these bolts through here. As you see, it's countersunk in there to be flat. Flip it over, and then we're gonna put two of these T nuts on here. So we're gonna thread that on there. And as we thread that on there, that's where this locking nut goes on there. So we're gonna put this on there. We're not trying to go all the way tight with this thing, so you're gonna need to grab your Allen. No, man, let's put this on here like that. Got our Allen, and you wanna twist this nylon locking nut on here. Only enough to get you a few threads on there to where it gets inside that nylon material so that it doesn't back off. So that's kind of all you want to do with that. So let's go ahead and put that on there. Now, looking at this, the little nipple part is going to be facing towards the bottom. If that makes sense, let me screw this on here and I'll show you what I mean. So if you look at that right there, this little part right here, that's where the little indentation is. That's gonna go to the bottom. The flat side goes up to the top. So thread that on a little bit. Put our nut on there. Get a few threads on it. That should be enough to where it won't back out. And right there, all right, so we are pretty much prepped up at this point. First thing we need to do is get this off here. Take off this positive part right here. Take that off, put that to the side there. And then let's work on taking off our battery terminals. All right, we could get that out, get this out, put it to the side. And at that point, all we got to do is lift out the stock battery and the tray all together because we're not going to be using any of it. Let's go ahead and grab our tray. All right, so the tray is going to go just like this. It's gonna go right here in this area right here. There's a little tab right here. Hold on. It's a little threaded tab already there. And the two little bolts with the little wing nuts we put on there, these are gonna fit into these areas right here. Make sure you guys can see that. So it's gonna go, one's gonna go here and the other one's gonna go right in there. All right, so let's go ahead and kind of put this thing in here where it goes. Well, maybe it's two. So now you need to back these things all the way off as much as you can. Give them the room to fit in there. And then you're gonna have to all right, you're gonna need a flathead screwdriver to get this in there. You gotta work it in there. There we go. Okay, we are in there. And at this point, we need to get one of the bolts here. Which the bolt we're gonna use this, it's a 10mm bolt that came with the kit. It's the only one like it. It's the short one. And then that guy's gonna thread in right here. So let me line it in there. Get a few threads started with it before we tighten it. All right, so you will have to put a little pressure down on the mount to get it there, to line it with that hole. Then from there, that's when we're gonna use our Allen and our flathead here. Let me see if I can get y'all in here to get a better angle on this so y'all can see exactly what I'm doing. All right, we got them in there now. So now what you're gonna have to do is at the same time, you're gonna have to put your screwdriver in here so that the little wing nut tab doesn't move on you. And it is locked into place. And then start putting some tension on it. This would be a whole lot easier if I had a Allen socket, but I don't have one this small. All right, that's in. Now let's get our 10mm. Bolt this down. There we go. Now this thing is going nowhere. We are in. So now we have to take this guy apart right here because we're gonna have to flip it and put it just in order for us to put it onto the battery. So let me go ahead and let's prep that up real quick. I believe that is a 12. Uh-oh. Well, it looks like it, because this should be, you got to flip it upside down so that it will fit inside the positive terminal. So you put that on there, but in order for us to do that, we have to shave off these little tabs right here so that it'll fit into there. So let's get that started. All right, so I got my Dremel here. Now you can, if you have a hacksaw, you can saw that off of there, but ain't nobody doing that. That's gonna take too long. So I got something I'm gonna hold that with. I got my safety goggles on right here. Gotta be safe, y'all, gotta be safe. So now let's go on ahead and let's drill this thing off of here. Stick it to him by sticking around a gang online. Iwo Jima got one flag and it's sticking the ground. All right, so that didn't take too long, but I test fitted it and it does fit. I'm just gonna kind of take care of some of these rough edges real quick. So I'm gonna hit it with the Dremel to smooth out all of that stuff to get those rough edges off of there. And then we'll go to the car and I'll show y'all exactly how this is gonna have to go. Okay, so now how this went from the factory, it goes this way, right? So it's at the bottom and you saw the nut at the top. Well, seeing as though how we're gonna put the battery in here, we're gonna have to flip it this way, which is the reason why we had to cut off those little ears so that it will fit in there. And then we're gonna have to put this nut on the other side. We're gonna go. Make sure we're on there tight. There we go. So we're good there. So now we're all set up to put this, because this is gonna go on your positive terminal, but see how this is on the wrong side now? So we ain't gonna be able to tighten it on that side. So we're gonna have to take this off and flip it to the other side as well. Pull that off and then go to this side. All right, so we got our battery. So now battery's gonna go in just like this. So you make sure that your positive is on the right side, negative on your left. Sit that guy in there just like that there. And from there, we'll pull the cap off right there. And then we're gonna have to finagle these wires a little bit because they're pretty stiff. So we're gonna push this down like that there. Put that guy over our positive terminal. Make sure it's all the way settled up on there. And then from there, let's tighten it on. All right, that's on there. All right, so now the other bolts that came in here. So seeing as though, looking at mine, hold on, let me put this stuff to the side here. All right, so let me get you a closer look in here. So now, looking in here, you see how this sits right there, and it's kind of like a little gap right there. So mine doesn't sit exactly flush. So I'm guessing that's the reason why the kit comes with two different bolt sizes. You have a longer set and you have a shorter set. So for mine in particular, we're gonna have to use the longer of the two. So we're gonna use these two with the washers. I already got the washers on there, and then these two nuts right here in order to screw the tie down on there. All right, so let's go ahead and let's start this process. So we're gonna drop one of them in there, put the bolt down here at the bottom, just get some threads started. And then this one over here, which is a little bit of a tight squeeze, but we're gonna get it. All right, we are in, it's not going nowhere. Now, all we gotta do is put on our ground, and we are ready to go. And there we go. We are on there. I have to dangle these wires a little bit, but I might have to turn this one down a little bit so that they. All right, y'all. So now, as with everything, whenever you disconnect your battery, you got to program your windows and everything. But let's make sure we're good to go. Everything starts as it should. Oh, hell. And there we go. Everything starts as it should, but now, like as always, you know, if you hit, it don't work. So, in order for you to do it, you gotta go over to this side. See, the automatic don't work, so you gotta go all the way down, count to 3, 1, 2, 3, and then come up. 1, 2, 3, and then you should be good to go. Your automatic windows should work after that. So now all I gotta do is do the same thing over here. 1, 2, 3, Go up all of the way. 1, 2, 3, and we are good to go. Everything works. All right, y'all. So after looking at it, man, I had to make a change. So I put some carbon fiber vinyl wrap on top of it because all that red was just throwing off my engine. But I can deal with a little bit, but not that much. So yeah, I still have some vinyl wrap. So I kind of wrapped the front of the battery with some vinyl wrap. Don't know how long that's gonna hold up on there, but we'll see. But that's on there. I think that looks way better. So yeah, we're gonna run with that just like that. All right, y'all. So man, well, there you go. Like all of this stuff, I'll make sure I link it in the description where I got it, because I got this off of Amazon along with the terminals, because they came separately. So I'll link all of that stuff in the description where I got it from, and it'll tell you the prices on it at the time or whenever you buy it. Because I think some of that stuff is on sale. And then the mount, I give y'all that as well. And it was a pretty easy install. Didn't take too long, man. So like I said, man, stuff like this, y'all can do this stuff, man. Do it yourself. Save yourself some money. And now I got more room in the engine bay right here. I ain't got to see a big old ugly battery right there. But we're gonna see how this thing works out. Like I said, I'm curious about if that's gonna be able to power the car well enough, but it should be good. It's a lightweight battery. I'm saving a little weight. And I got a battery that does not need to be serviced. So that's kind of what I do like. If this don't work out, the other battery that I'll probably try on here is an Optimum battery. So we'll see though. But that wraps it up for this one, man. Thank y'all for tuning in to the video, man. Appreciate y'all. And make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so you get notified whenever I put out a video. And well, hell, man, I guess I'll be seeing y'all on the next video, man. Peace.